Good morning, comic fans. You're with the Comic Push of the Comics Club, Tampa and Brandon's favorite comic and gaming store. It is Wednesday, August 10th. That is the second Wednesday of the month and the second of 5 Wednesdays this month, which means gives you 5 opportunities to get into our monthly drawing for our next drawing that will take place September. What is it going to be? September, the first Wednesday in September. Pardon me. The first Wednesday in September is September 7th. Where we will be giving away, we have lots of fun stuff to give away. So to get in there, all you got to do is leave a comment down below. Last week's video, leave a comment. This week's video, all the rest of them this week. 5 opportunities. So it'll be a great one. So be sure to get yours in. Are you a Superman Son of Kal-El, Jonathan Kent fan? His comic's out today, and in there, his mate gets his own costume, and Superboy or Superman gives him a ring. What's going on there? Is there something more happening here? Something more to come, do you think? Perhaps. We'll see. We will see. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this thing straight, which appears to be out of whack this morning. All right, there we go. That's slightly better. So we hope all of you are doing well this morning. We have a whole bunch of fun stuff to show you. By the end of the show, I will give you a hint about that ring. Unless anybody already knows. Do you already know? Do you know what the ring is that he is giving him? But before we go there, the stack of comic books this week is nice. We got a stack of indies pushing 3 inches. We got a stack of Marvel 3 inches and a stack of DC just over 3 inches. So pretty close to 10 inches worth of comics, which is a pretty hefty, good week. And we have other fun stuff. Wonder Woman fan? You like Funko Pops? We got one this week. This is Wonder Woman Funko. And these are all the ones you can get in this group from Funko. We have that here today for you. Also, two really great graphic design storage boxes came in. Here we got the Fortnite Zero War, Fortnite Marvel Zero War. So that just hit the stands. And Predator, which Predator comic books hit in the stands today. The new series from Marvel Comics. So if you like your comic book stored in fancy schmancy boxes, there you go. Just for you. Do you collect cards? Comic cards, trading cards, non-sports cards. Non-sports update gives you everything you need to know what's happening in the world of non-sports card collecting. So the latest issue is out, and inside here there is you always get a couple of free promo cards. So you get an exclusive Outlander and Nosferatu promo cards in this issue, which is adorned by the late, great Elvis himself. Speaking of greats, but not late, we have something you could either use to read or prop open a door, maybe work out with, because it's heavy, it's thick, it's big. It is Spawn Compendium number 3. I know you've been waiting, and here it finally is at the Comics Club. Don't miss yours. Bring a dolly to push it along out to your car because you might need one. It's that heavy. If you're easily offended, if you're easily offended by religious humor, walk away for a couple of minutes because the book I'm about to show you is filled with what the Christians would call blasphemy, absolute blasphemy. So this is the New Testament presents the Bible 2, and you won't believe this picture of Jesus on the cover. Where do you see this? He's riding a unicorn. He's got 2 guns, and he's shooting laser beams from his eyes. What is going on there? This is a retelling of the Bible story and Jesus' adventures. So he, the subtitle down there is Volume 1, Hail to the King of the Jews, baby. This is very funny and fun. If you're not easily offended by your religious humor, this has got some hilarious stuff in it. Absolutely hilarious stuff. So, yeah, the Devil makes an appearance. Joan of Arc makes an appearance. You can't beat that. You just can't beat it. Sorry. My breakfast this morning required me to have a breath mint, so I didn't offend everybody as they came in the door today. Elvira, I got a nice thick stack of variants today. And this is Elvira in Horrorland, issue number 3, a Virgin cover. If you're an Elvira fan, wow, this is pretty cool. Blade Runner Black Locust, number 1. This is a Final Order Cutoff Virgin by Lee and Hayek. Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, number 1 cosplay Virgin cover. If you're a cosplay cover fan, there's one for you. Also, Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, number 1 Parejo. That's a real nice one. I love this one. This is my favorite of them. It's a Parejo Virgin cover. And this is a 1 in 10 with one of our very favorites, Linsner. So we got that one. Red Sonja Fairy Tales number 1 hits the stand today, and this is a 1 in 10 for that. Are you a fan of fairy tales? Oh, Red Sonja starts tackling them in this one shot. DC's Dark Crisis is now actually called, we're told that the actual title is Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. So if you're an Infinite Earths fan, like I always am, then you even happier that they've got the title tied into that, which makes sense. This is a special edition. It's a reprint of number 1 with the new, subtitle on Infinite Earths, Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. So if you like your crises infinite, there you go. If you like them dark and infinite, Ghost Rider. This is Ghost Rider Vengeance Forever. It's a number 1 issue, but this is the previews exclusive variant. And if you looked too quickly, you wouldn't even notice the difference between this and one of the regular covers. But this part right here, it's like in black and white, and the other one is not. You'll see it later on. So there's the difference. But it's only a few of these out there. They were limited, very limited. So Amazing Spider-Man number 7, 1 in 10 design variant. This is by Gleason. He has a lot of followings. This is the design variant. A lot of times they do it on what looks like that grid paper, but this one is not. This is one different. Also contains a couple of his gadgets on there. So if you're a Spider-Man fan, hooray! This is your day. Great stuff, because we also have Spider-Man number 7, a 1 in 25, hitting the stands just for you. And Star Wars Han Solo and Chewbacca, issue number 5, 1 in 25. Anybody know who this character is? Who is this? I don't know that character. But then again, I'm not a real super hardcore Star Wars fan, but I do love it. X-Men Legends number 1 hitting the stands today. This is a 1 in 25 variant. Got Hulk and Wolverine going at each other on the cover. What a great cover. It's always great when you see Hulk and Wolverine battling it out. And this is a really nice color. It looks like a watercolor, actually. It looks so nice. I like it. Predator number 1, a 1 in 25. And we saw the Predator box. You get your Predator comics and keep them in your Predator box. That'll be fun. Predator number 1, 1 in 25. What a great cover. So there's our variants for the day, for this week. And I think we should just jump right into the comics because we have a lot to go through and show you. And there's some interesting things. And there were some disappointments this week because of damages. And but I'll get to them later. In the meantime, Super DC Comics is offering us this week Batgirls. And that's it. Issue number 9 of Batgirls. A couple different covers. for that one. Blood Syndicate, Season 1, Issue 4. Look at that blue cover. It's pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. I'm liking it. Are you a Wonder Woman fan out there? DC has been doing these tarot cards. They've been either the whole covers of tarot card or some sort of nod to tarot cards. And Wonder Woman number 790 has that in one of its covers. And also the other cover, if you ever read Wonder Woman Hypatia, I believe it was called, the Hypatia, and you saw her foot on Batman's head, holding him down, show you how powerful Wonder Woman is compared to Batman. So this is a nod to that. And this is the one with the little tarot card she's holding. She's holding one right in her hand there. This guy's doesn't look very happy, but apparently he's not overly intimidated by her. He thinks she won't squash his head. I don't know. Wonder Woman has killed before in one universe or the other. So I wouldn't feel too comfortable with her boot on my head. The Jurassic League, you like your Justice League Dinosauric? Well, there they are. It's the dinosaur version of the Justice League. How amazing is that? Finally, we have come to Naomi Season 2, 6. The last of the 6-part series. It all ends here. It all ends here. It all ends here. On that issue, but somehow I feel like it'll probably go on again in another issue somewhere. Marvelous Adventures of TNG. Hey, what's happening, my friend? Good to see you on the chat. And if you guys haven't checked out Marvelous Adventures of TNG on YouTube, well, you don't know what you're missing, so go check it out. Great, fun stuff they have over there. Nubia, Queen of the Amazons, issue number 3 of a 4-part series. We're almost there. Where will Wonder Girl take us? And Nubia also has this cover, which is my favorite of the 3 because there's one more coming up. Looks like they got beach volleyball going on here. Gotta love that. And this one. There's this one. So lots of Nubia for everybody who's a Nubia fan. Harley Quinn will be celebrating her 30th anniversary, and there's a lot of stuff going on for her, including some throwback covers. This one is not one of those, but this one's kind of fun. But here's what it is, and they've been doing these homages to earlier Batman covers. In the original was Robin jumping through that hoop. And this one, it's Harley. The Girl Wonder. That's a fun cover. Gotta love that. Speaking of Batman, we have Batman Urban Legends. There's 3 different covers. This is one. This is another. I'm getting messages. And I'll be right back with you. I have, unfortunately, a message that I need to respond to at the moment because somebody's messaged me during my show. So let me just get that out of the way real quick here. I'm sorry about this. So there. Hopefully that took care of it. That simple bit. All right, family first, comic book second. Dark Crisis: Worlds Without a Justice League, Green Lantern #1, also featuring Hawkgirl. That sounds like fun. It's going to have Hawkgirl. I've gotten a lot of Hawkgirl lately, so it'd be good to have Hawkgirl. I'll have to check that one out. Future State Gotham, #16. There you go. And I am Batman. I think he stole that line from Groot, altered it a little. I am Batman. Batman. I am Batman. There we go. We got Deceased. Now, I want to show you the 3 standard covers, and then I want to show you a couple other things. Deceased, War of the Undead Gods, #1. New series. The final chapter begins of the Deceased story. This is a homage cover. I forget the comic that it's supposed to be for, but there it is. And this one, beautiful art. It's black and white cover. It's just great. I wish I could show you better than this, and it is really in some impressive art there on that cover. The next 2 are very interesting. This was an acetate cover they did with special. We had to order it way in advance, and much to our disappointment, many of them came in damaged. In the printing process, they just weren't careful with how they handled the acetate. So some of the acetate got really badly scuffed up. It wasn't in the shipping process. This was in the printing process. And it's very, very unfortunate that more of these didn't get out in better condition. It's a super shiny cover because it's acetate cover. And how those acetate covers often work is you got a cover underneath, and then the acetate cover comes over like this to add a little extra. It's a pretty cool cover. Unfortunately, a lot of them got badly, see it? Can you see it? Badly scuffed up. And it just pretty much all of them that we got were that way. Very disappointing, because my guess is because of the special process used to make this acetate cover and the acetate itself, we're not going to get restocked. So what I have is what I have. And that's a disappointment, but these things happen. Also, another special for this one was this cover, which is the Deceased War of the Undead Gods, issue #1, body bag edition. These were extremely allocated. It's a body bag edition. The comic is sealed in a black bag. I have opened one. I'm not going to spoil it for you and show you what it is, but it's like a zipper, like a body bag that they put a dead body in the coroner's office. So this is the Gotham City Police Department coroner's little tag information there for the bag. And they also did something that was frustrating. So the front of the bag is real smooth and flat. But here, where they put the bag together in the seam, it has a very thick piece of plastic that goes down there where they've sealed the seam. That thick piece of plastic damages the comic underneath. And they put the comic in there, cover facing this. So what do you think happens to the comic inside? You might get lucky and not have a damaged one, but a lot of them are going to get damaged by that. The one I pulled out had slight damage at the top because of this hard, thick piece of plastic. And it's such a shame that they did not think more about the collectors out there and the people who would like to get their comic in better condition. It's an interesting cover. I think there's only one cover. I don't think there's multiples. If there are, geez, let me know, because I'd like to try to look at another one. So there's those. I don't have a lot to offer everybody, so get yourselves on down here and get a copy. I'm sorry, again, I have a knock at the door and I'm here on my own, so I'll be right back. Coming. I wasn't sure if you wasn't here. Yeah, I understand. This, all the product I have in my store, this company, it's all paper. It's on here. You see that accordion? I'll be lucky if there's not damages. And this is happening every week, week after week after week after week. I know it's probably not you, I'm not playing more. Yeah, I've been out for a while. But this is really tough on us. Even though they double box it inside, they put popcorn, they put bubble wrap around it. Yeah. Because this accordion may not have gotten all the way to the inner box. Right. But I don't. It's too open, and it's frustrating for us with our livelihood. Has it been happening? Because I've been out for. I spoke to the last guy about it. The last guy that came in spoke to the same thing, because this box came the same way. Okay. Luckily, no damages. Okay. But it's only been fortunate. I really do appreciate it, man. Yeah. You be safe today. I don't know. I'll try to talk to my boss to see if there's something that's happening with them. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm Dwayne Stanford. I'm on the way. Thank you. Hey, I'm sorry, guys, about that. But, live, what are you going to do? These things happen. The UPS guy just delivered one of our boxes for DC stuff for next week, and the box is all accordion down one side. So I'm hoping that the stuff inside isn't damaged. But this is what we go through every single week. We're the guys at UPS, and I think the drivers themselves are fairly careful with our boxes, but the whole process from getting it there to here, it goes through the dozens of different hands, and they just toss them. And all our stuff is paper product. And as hard as our distributors try to package things so they don't get damaged, gravity and impact, guys, it's paper in there. Hopefully it'll be all right. So we were showing you the Predator box earlier and the variant of the Predator comic book that's hitting the stands there today. Here's number 1, and there's a whole bunch of different covers, as you might have predicted. So Predator number 1. There we go. That's 1. There's another one. Who is it? Got Iron Man's helmet in his hand. Scotty Young. Gotta love Scotty Young stuff. Peach Momoko, Predator. And that one. And before we move on to the next one, Mr. Happy would like to say that he's chosen Predator to be the secret word for this week. Now, if you know the secret word, what it does is get you 15% off in-store merchandise at the Comics Club, in-store only. And if you're a Discount Club member or a subscriber, you get an extra 5% off any single item, one person per day until the next secret word shows up. And this week's secret word being Predator will be good until next Tuesday at 5 p.m. So it'll get you 15% off any single item in the store that's not already discounted, or a couple other restrictions apply, but most of the stuff. So thank you so much, Mr. Happy, and we'll see you next time. So there you go, Mr. Happy and his secret word for us. He works so hard on those secret words, X-Men Legends number 1 hitting the stands today, and we have multiple covers there as well. There's this one. X-Men Legends. Here's got a little bit of everybody on there. There we have that. And Miss Marvel and Wolverine teaming up for a book. We got a few different covers here for that. And 2 more. This is pretty funny. It's another Momoko, I think, right? Great stuff. Absolutely great stuff. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. That's issue number 26. That one's been going strong. If you're watching the Star Wars TV shows, they've been really excellent, I think. Punisher, issue number 5. Looks like he's dealing with some tragedy there in the forest. Han Solo and Chewbacca, you saw the variant for this earlier. Here's the regular covers. Venom, Lethal Protector, issue number 5. We got a shootout going on the cover of Avengers number 59. One of the covers. A little Western action there. And then we got tons of Spider-Man on this cover. How many Spider-Mans do you need? Do we see any new Spider-Mans on here, I wonder? Is there any Spider-Mans we haven't seen before on this cover? I don't know. There's a couple I don't recognize, but that doesn't mean they weren't out there somewhere before. It might be. Ghost Rider. I showed you the variant earlier with from Diamond Comic Distributors. They have a exclusive cover. This is the regular one. Like I said, this part here was in like black and white. Like that made it different. This one is really cool. I like that. I like that. It's Andy Kubert and Joe Kubert worked on it together. It's a family affair. Something wrong with that. Not that the artist. It's this is probably not a family affair. What you're seeing, okay? The art is a family effort. Ghost Rider. This is the cover I like. Look at this. His back and what you're seeing. That's pretty wild. I'm loving that cover. Well, great stuff. Is Jane Foster your Thor? She's mighty. It's issue number 3. Jane Foster, the mighty Thor. Captain Carter, issue number 5. Black Panther number 8. The other one had a whole bunch of spiders. This one has a whole bunch of panthers. Look at that. Multiple panthers. Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty. I believe this introduces a new character called the Redacted. Fear the Redacted. I believe this is the first appearance of whatever the Redacted is. Should fear the Redacted. What has been redacted? What is it redacting? Judgment Day. Avengers, X-Men Eternals, Judgment Day. Issue number 2. Some cool covers on this one. A lot going on. But a lot of action on a cover. It's always good to have a lot of action on a cover. One of the Eternals. Is it? I believe. Look at that. It's like they got their hands full battling that thing. Namor. That's pretty funny. And Momoko. Great fun stuff. It's a great week for covers, I'll tell you. And Spider-Man issue number 4. This is a second printing. And Spider-Man issue number 7, latest printing. And there's a Predator back again, going after Spider-Man this time. And I believe this may be representing a new piece of tech, a new piece of gear. Something about that helmet there, something about that mask. Iron Cat number 1, second printing. New Fantastic Four number 1, second printing. If you missed the first one, we got some more for you. Moon Knight, Black and White and Blood, second printing. Got a lot of blood on this second printing. Avengers and Moon Girl number 1. Got one more cover after this to show you of it. And there it is. Moon Girl on the moon. Well, it's about time, you know. Her name is Moon Girl after all. It's about time we see her on the moon itself. Okay. A healthy stack of independents this week, starting with Mindset number 2. You've been reading Mindset. It's one I haven't picked up, but got a couple of customers who are really loving it. Starhenge, issue 2. Rivers of London, Deadly Ever After, issue number 3. And a couple different covers for that. Red Sonja, Fairy Tales, issue number 1. Looks like she's climbing the beanstalk there. She's dropping some beans. And since when does she wear shorts under her chainmail? I guess she was feeling modest that day. We saw the version of this one earlier with all the variants. She's now up. I guess she's up there fighting that giant at the top of the beanstalk. And this next one, I don't know, is somebody chasing her up that beanstalk? She seems to be threatening someone. Don't dare come up here. This treasure's mine. She's her hugging that tree tight there. Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. You saw her variant earlier with Parejo. We also have a Stan cover. What a great cover that is. And there's this one, Linsner. Look at that. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And last but certainly not least, Parejo. You saw the variant of this one earlier too. Pretty nice. Pretty nice stuff. Slumber, issue number 6. And they give us a little bit of extra on the back there. A little extra sketch. Vampirella is also doing a Fairy Tales. Vampirella Fairy Tales, issue number 1. That's Little Red Riding Hood, I believe. This is going to focus on Little Red Riding Hood this issue. She's perfect for that. She's got the right costume for Little Red Riding Hood. But this cover is my favorite. Absolutely beautiful art. Gotta love it. Vampirella. Mirka Andolfo's Unnatural. This is Blue Blood, the latest series from them, is issue number 2. That's a world of anamorphic creatures. Elvira in Horrorland. We saw a variant earlier of it. This one looks like a space spoof. We were wondering, is the cat a Flerken or is it just a cat? I think it's a Flerken. What is he saying here? I swear if this thing spits, drips, or bursts anything at me, I'm calling my union rep. I think she's talking about the cat. Is it the Flerken? Maybe we'll show inside. But also this one, if you look close at this alien, it's a combination of an alien and a predator, but it also has an elf ear like thing. Look at that. It's like an elf ear. What in the heck is this creature? It's an alien predator, and it's got some sort of ear like a goblin or a scroll, maybe. Maybe it's a scroll. That's a pretty interesting thing. Terry Moore's had lots of different series, and he has a ongoing family called the Parkers, the Parker Girls, and now he has a series called the Parker Girls. And this is a family you don't want to mess with. These are girls you do not want to mess with. So if you see the Parker Girls, boys, run the other direction. Girls too. Although I like Kachu. Kachu's great. The other ones, I don't know. They're all very dangerous. Draculina. Having a little refreshing blood there, I imagine. Or is it just red wine? Draculina, number 5. This one's great. She's licking that blood-soaked axe. That's a good one. Bill and Ted Roll the Dice. This is the one. This is the cover that gives a spoof on Dungeons and Dragons. There's Dungeons and Dragons. Everybody's been looking for the back issues of Dungeons and Dragons. They sat in the boxes forever and nobody touched them, and now they're getting all gobbled up because of the new movie coming out. Look how young he was. So here's a little bit extra on the back for you. Bill and Ted. A Town Called Terror, issue number 5. Horror is big, especially in the indies. Astronaut Down, issue number 3. This is some really surrealistic looking stuff. What's going on with that poor astronaut and all the hands down below and the blood? What in the world is all that about? You'll have to read it to find out, of course. A new series from Image Comics hitting the stands. It's called Love Everlasting. And there's multiple covers for it. This was kind of cool. I always like the covers where they looks like it's been torn. You see something else underneath. This one's my favorite, though. Right out of an old Western comic book. True love stories. And yes, it's Tom King. That Tom King. It's got to be a good story if Tom King wrote it. This was interesting. Samurai Doggy. He's a doggy, or she, or it's a doggy. And it's a samurai. Are you a James Bond fan? Ian Fleming's James Bond 007, issue number 1, new series. Looks like fun stuff. Hellboy, the BRPD 1957, which, believe it or not, as incredibly young as I look, that's the year I was born. 1957. Falling Sky. I was born in 1957. Apparently the sky was falling. That could explain a lot of things. This book got hot. Super hot. And I only have maybe one left of this. I'm not certain. Of the second printing of number 2. Get it while you can, if you can. Get in here quick. Can't hold comics on New Comic Book Day. You got to get here. The latest issue is issue number 4, though. I have a few of those. A very strange world where everybody gets a wish because there's 8 billion genies. And everybody in the world gets a wish. G.I. Joe fans will be happy to see this one-shot Best of Storm Shadow. A real thick book. Lots of story. Lots of stuff going on in there. Best of Storm Shadow. And last but certainly not least, we have King Spawn. And Todd's always good enough to give us a preview of the next issue coming in September. So there you have it, comic book fans. That's all we have to offer for this week hitting the stands. But, you know, there's always great stuff every week hitting the stands at the Comics Club. Don't forget to leave a comment down below so I can get you into that monthly drawing next time. There'll be 5 Wednesdays. That's 5 chances to get in there. You can leave as many comments as you want, but 1 entry per video for your chance to win whatever prizes we're giving away. Usually trade paperbacks, graphic novels, whatever fun stuff we have to give away. And thank you so much for joining us today. And remember, read. It brings out the hero in you. We'll see you next time at the Comics Club.